Woke up this little moon and my diamonds came in from Elliot. Pearls on that fucking bitch's neck, she so elegant. Shop about the fucking mall, so much made me a resident. This Maybach got 4 windows, tinted on it, feel like the president. How I'm coming, I'm just thinking this.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Crooked Hour. Just a quick episode because I'm gonna be going over the Backstage brawl and pretty much like figuring out what I think has happened. And we're gonna be going over videos. This video could be outdated very soon, so if you're watching this and it's like 3 hours later, maybe join my Discord, link will be in the description, and there should be updates there. We got an MMA news channel which updates with Twitter feeds of MMA news sources, so that'll all be updated. But I just wanted to put this out here to what I think the initial things that happened backstage were, and I've got a few videos that we can go over and kind of just discuss what we think happened here. So overall, the press conference got called off. I'm not too fussed, I was very excited for it, but I mean, I understand. You don't want to get all these people on stage if they're just going to fight each other. I mean, good entertainment, but I understand it from a business perspective why they had to call it off. And I see a lot of fans like getting mad and shit, but I mean, it is what it is. I better bring this green screen closer. But yeah, I get what it is. So basically, what I'm hearing so far is that it all started off between Khamzat and Kevin. I'm actually getting more news as we go on, so we can keep adding on to it. But basically, we'll just watch this video first and go on from there. So this is what Dana White had to say.
Kind of started the whole deal.
There were multiple things going on at the same time. It wasn't just one thing that erupted and it happened. There were multiple things going on back here at the same time. So there was security over there, there was no security over here, there was no security over there because everybody was dealing with the other thing, and then once it all just started erupting, it was a complete show.
Any fighters get cut or injured in any way?
No.
Out of the 6 people,
Nobody's hurt.
Out of the 6 people, how many were involved? Was like all 6 of them like getting skirmishes? Was it 4 of them? How many of them?
4. Yeah, there were 4 involved.
Which 2 weren't?
Probably the 2 you asked questions.
I can tell you there was
Hey,
would you say this is good for business? I mean, given it's a bad thing to happen, but for the show, does it pique interest in the show?
I mean, I don't even think about it like that. It's like, oh yeah, this is great. No, it's bad. It's all bad. It's bad.
A reporter just put out that it was Khamzat and Kevin Holland that started the whole thing, and it was kind of a domino effect from there. Is that the case?
Yeah.
So as you hear, sounded like Kevin Holland and Khamzat kicked it off. So here is, we're going to go to the next video. Here we go here. This is Ariel Hawani talking about the full story.
A lot easier to do a video than to type all this out. So here's what happened about an hour or so ago in Las Vegas prior to the UFC 279 press conference.
Bro, that nose though, that's a nice looking nose.
As you guys know, press conference, there's usually a curtain. Behind the curtain is where the octagon is, and people are hanging around before going out. Well, before going out, behind the curtain, there's Khamzat Chimaev and his team. There's Kevin Holland and his team. They've been exchanging some words as of late, and they started to exchange some words, and they got very close to each other, and were kind of pushing each other and whatnot. No real physical activity, so to speak, in terms of like serious kicks, punches landed, but there was definitely, some physicality, if you will. Now, Tiki Gosen, who is a longtime MMA fighter now turned MMA manager, happened to be back there and got in between them and broke it up, and was like actually the guy. There was hardly any security, a few police officers, but way too many people, way too many team members, and just fiery fighters. So he was actually the guy, as Dana White said in his press scrum, he was the guy who broke the whole thing up, believe it or not. And then Nate and his team show up, and as the whole thing between Holland and Chimaev dies down, they see Tiki standing next to Chimaev. Nate and his team go a long way with Tiki and are kind of confused about that, unhappy about that, words, exchanged, things exchanged back and forth, and then all of a sudden water bottles are being thrown, and I guess there were some people who were upset about where Tiki was standing, and the things that were being said back and forth. So then the whole thing gets out of hand, water bottles being thrown. I believe Tiki got hit by a bottle or two, but not seriously hurt. Then once that kind of escalated, everyone was finally pulled apart, and they decided to cancel the press conference.
So there you go. I think Kevin Holland, Khamzat, fair enough. They have been beefing for a while, as Ariel Helwani said. Also, shout out to Ariel Helwani for this video. I'll leave links of all these Twitter links below. But, yeah, Holland and Chimaev have been going back and forth. I believe Chimaev has slapped Kevin Holland before, and Holland said in his media day that if Khamzat came up to him, he'd try and shave his beard or something like that. So they got into it, and then I think that's just, bro, they're getting angry because their manager or good friend or something is standing next to Chimaev. Like, bro, they need to chill out. So what's next? We got a video from Khamzat now. We got a video from Khamzat Chimaev from the MMA media.
Говорил я им всем не шутить на меня. Кевин свое получил, Диаз свое получил. Говорил я.
I can't understand this. I'm just gonna go at this. This looks like what he would actually say. So shout out to Jackie Lee if this is correct. I tried telling these people not to joke me. Holland got some, Diaz got some. So pretty much what Ariel Helwani said sounds like it's sticking, Kevin Holland came up, talked some shit against Khamzat. Little scuffle, nothing serious, and then Nate Diaz came out, said their friend with Khamzat got a little jealous or something, like it was like their girlfriend was with another guy or something. And then they started throwing water bottles back and forth, or maybe Nate and his crew just started throwing water bottles, and I don't know if it escalated any more than that, because why is Khamzat saying don't mess with me? What did he say? Don't joke with me. Like, what did he do back after getting thrown water bottles, which is what I want. And why is this enough to separate the press conference? Like, why couldn't you just go out to each fighter, say, chill the fuck out, get some more security in there, do the press conference. If anything goes out of shape in the press conference, escort them out. But at least try and have the press conference. Like, surely, other than that, I don't think there's anything else. We'll go to one more video that I have up. This is ESPN, Brett Okamoto and Mark Radamoni. I don't know how to say that name.
This was the place to be on Thursday during the press conference because you didn't even get to see Nate Diaz, these guys to come out there. We waited until half an hour past this thing was supposed to start. We could hear that there were some things going on. Our camera crew was actually back here, and they informed us what happened is that there was a little scuffle between Khamzat and Kevin Holland. And then, as you saw, Dana White came out there. He was trying to keep the press conference going. But then as they were waiting to just bring out Nate and Khamzat, one of the members of Nate's team, which is very large, by the way, a ton of guys back here waiting with Nate Diaz, threw something in the direction of Khamzat.
Have you also ever noticed that like Nate Diaz rolls with that many people?
That was when they wanted to call it. So that is the information that we have right now. Mark, your immediate reaction to this?
Yeah, and sources told me that also apparently Nate Diaz's camp got involved with Tiki Gosen, manager, former fighter as well. And again, we were not here. We didn't see exactly what happened, but there was no press conference. The press conference was canceled. We got Kevin Holland and we got Daniel Rodriguez for a few minutes, but there's no comments from Nate Diaz, no comments from Khamzat Chimaev. Tony Ferguson did come out for a second and say, any questions?
Okay, so I think we've got the full story. So if you didn't know, now you know. Basically, little scuffle between Holland and Chimaev, broke it up. Nate Diaz and the manager guy, Tiki, got into a bit of an altercation. I'd say Khamzat got involved as well. And yeah, I think that's basically the full story. So if you didn't know, now you know. Also, shout out to Daniel Rodriguez and Kevin Holland for at least trying to keep that press conference going. I see a lot of people saying, oh, boring. But shout out to them. At least they came out and tried to keep it going in some capacity. But yeah, that's all. Yeah, as I said, join the Discord if you want to continue to be updated, because I've got an MMA news channel there where we keep updated. I'll actually bring it up on the screen. So you can see here, Buzz, you come down to here, MMA news. It's just updated all the time. That's where I'm getting all these news from. We just got some new news about a Raiders fighter. Yeah, so this is what Khamzat said. I told them not to play fast. Kevin and Nate got they deserved. But what did they deserve is my question. What did they deserve? Like, what actually happened? Because I just hear a bit of a scuffle with Kevin Holland. He came out to the press conference, obviously wasn't too hurt. Nate, just sound like water bottles were thrown. So, I mean, we never know. We never know. Anyway, appreciate you all for dropping by. I might even make an update video if there's like some big news. But yeah, just keep an eye out. I might even leave a comment updating the situation. So yeah, as always guys, have a good one.